kind of got butterflies in my stomach a little bit. Hello and welcome back to the garage. My name is Matt, this is Matt's Motorworks, and this is my Widebody 2002 WRX wagon. We need to keep cranking on the rest of the car because we're really running out of time. One of the bigger bodywork type things that still needs to get done, which is very important, is fixing the rear bumper and the body line where it meets up with the quarter panel. Because we have sedan quarter panels, the line is a bit different now, so we have to make that match. So we have about a 1/4 inch overhang on the bumper. So we need to cut a sliver out and then plastic weld this in place so that it actually lines up. Same deal on the other side as well. See the gap there? So we'll have to cut a sliver out, plastic weld it in place. And we cannot use a sedan bumper because the whole shape of the bumper in this area is different due to hatch versus trunk. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to measure the overhang distance, and I'm going to cut a sliver out of the middle to retain this nice line. So I'm going to mark that distance starting at the quarter panel and go in. So now that we have my way over complicated explanation here, where do I go? Like right there, right? That looks to be a 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch. So if I come in and then I go a 1/2 inch over from this to outside of the line. So this top distance here is going to be the sliver that we are going to need to cut out. And now that I'm thinking of it, we're actually going to need to take a chunk out of the bottom when we cut our sliver to wherever we end, because if we don't and I go to bend this into place, it's then going to be too tall. It's not going to be a straight line across, and I don't want to try to remake that edge. So on both sides of the bumper, we have this little metal mounting tab doohickey thing. I wonder what goes in there. Nothing on my car. This is where it actually connects to the quarter panel. Up here, there's a peg, and then it bolts in right there. And then this tab bolts to the rear of the car as well. It looks like up here, these are just little rivets. I can't tell. Oh, geez. I don't want to break the bumper, you know. That was a plastic clip, a non-reusable one at that, so yeah, there was no way to pull this middle part up to keep it from blocking. That's okay. So what happened on this side? Yeah, that one's broken on the other side, so that is in fact important. Much carefully, engage safety squints. Okay, that'll come out now. There's got to be a better way to do these though, huh? What if I drill them? I should be able to drill them too, right? Oh yeah, oh that worked way better. Why didn't I do that originally? I should be able to take this whole thing out now. Yeah, okay. These are just little rivets. Solid. Okay, we can get those out and pop new rivets in. We have rivets. That means we have access to the back side of our bumper so that we can cut our sliver out. That's nice. I'm going to go pop that metal piece off of the other side now. I just put some tape down. I think this is going to be the sliver that I try to cut out and then shape back. If we need to trim more off, we can. And we have a good purchase material here. I should make this more even. I'm going to make this one particular one more even, but something like that I think is what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to do some shaping. So we need to take this sliver out, move this whole thing in. All right, we have this $30 plastic welding kit from the Rainforest website. I have not opened this before, so we'll see together. Looks like any other tool I would expect off of Amazon. I don't know what any of this stuff is. Polycarbonate, no, different types of plastics, I guess, that we can melt in, I guess. Oh, what's that thing? Don't know. It's something. $30. So we'll use that. But we do need to cut this sliver out. Okay, I'm going to jigsaw it. But I have an idea first. Go like this. I should be able to recreate this on the other side. I can make a little template. Oh, we can always take more off, so that's a good starting point. We'll have to take more off in that area. That's okay. We will leave this for the other side. We might as well just go for it, I guess. Try to miss the tab here. Okay. And I should be able to come in like this. Need to take a little bit off the bottom here, I think. Ooh, that is like so close. I need to take a tiny bit more off the bottom here, but I don't want to take too much. The light isn't actually holding this thing up. I guess I could use it. Jeez, is that better? Let me zoom you in too. This is what we're working with. This is gonna have to butt back up perfectly down the bottom, so I cut this slot more than I should have. Is what it is. On this bottom portion here, I just need to shave off the ever slightest amount. Yeah, something like that. So I'll have to fill in a decent amount. So I know better for the next side. I'm gonna try clamping that right there to keep the tip together. Well, that didn't work. Bending this bumper, which is not what I wanted to do. We could certainly make that work from there. Let's test fit this thing on the car real quick. I wanted to see what our line looks like. So that's where we are currently. We need to come in like a solid 1/4 inch. Yeesh. Oh yeah, we need to come in even more. Oh, okay. This is gonna be a long process, I feel like. Ooh, and I did not want to rip that tab. No. I tried so hard not to cut that tab. Schnikes. That is off by just the ever slightest amount. I think it needs to come down just a hair and in just a hair. Where it's just so close. So I'm not even gonna do another test fit after this. I'm just gonna send it. We just gotta get it a little bit closer. Just like that. We want that nice and even. And we'll deal with the bottom however it may sit. Alright, so we have this thing back on our makeshift bumper stand. This fitment I am very happy with as it sits. So we're going to roll with it. I need to figure out how to plastic weld all of this together, which is not, I guess, that hard. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do it on camera. Doing things on camera is definitely the hardest part. Alrighty then. This is the plastic welder. And there's no settings. I just pulled the trigger. I don't know. What do I do with these? Do I just stick this in here? I guess so. Oh, that already got really hot. Okay. So do I just like plonk this right on? Holy moly. Oh, and then what? Do I wait for it to cool? I gotta hold it here? Yeah, I guess I do. How long? That long. How deep is that? Rather. Okay. Well, that's not so difficult. This was 30 bucks on Amazon. That's not bad. We can repair plastic body panels now. I wonder how hot this thing gets and how quick. Is that gonna reach? Not really, huh? We can go right on up here, though. Go right to the source of our woes. Nice. We're already pretty well locked in. That's so cool. You know what? Let's grab one of the flat ones. Maybe we can go right across this tab up top. Yeah, that'd be awesome. One. Oh, that's so cool. It's gonna be nice and solid together too. Nice. Well, this thing should be pretty solidly mounted together now. I definitely should not be breathing this in. Yeah, that feels pretty solid so far. Let's keep pumping these guys in. I'm gonna put my respirator on though. Where's that thing at? Oh no. How do I cut these? Oh, it's like that? They just snap? Do I have pliers? What the heck? Oh no. That's not what I wanted. Time to crank out the other side. We're going to try to incorporate some of the lessons that we learned on the first side of the bumper. Mainly that we can keep removing material to make it fit. We can't add material back in after, which is why we have a bit of a gap on the other side. So we're going to try to avoid that and make this cleaner. 2, we have to take more off the bottom than we thought of this sliver to keep it at the right height to move it back. So we'll keep that in mind when we cut, so we don't have to do that over and over. 3, I want to try to avoid as much as I can the mounting tab hole for the rivet for the steel plate that goes on the inside here. So that's the plan. We are going to draw our lines on where we're going to cut, and by that I mean do it with masking tape. And we don't want the sliver, we don't want it to be as wide at the bottom. We don't need it to be as wide at the bottom. I think that looks pretty good. So we have our gap. If you took the outside of this line here and drew it up to the edge, that's why I have tape up there. Outside of the line, up to the edge. Coming down, one of the lessons that we learned, we don't need to take a big sliver out of here. We just need to cut it right here at our horizontal tape mark. So we'll mark that off with Sharpie. So this is the sliver that I think that we're going to need to take out. And avoiding the mounting tab up here as much as we can. And trying to remove really just this raised section, I suppose. We're just inside of it. You can see this side got butchered a little bit more. But we're going to test fit as we go. So you can see before I clean it up a little bit here. Before I cut the bottom, you can see if I just squeeze it back together as is, we are a good 1/4 inch higher up here. So we need to fix that situation. Beauty. I bet I need to take another 1/8 inch off the bottom here. That might have been closer to like 3/16 total. Better. Need more off the bottom. More off the bottom. Okay, that was closer to 1/8 of an inch. Ooh, we are pretty close with that. So what do we need to get it even better? Are we there? Did we cut too much off? Maybe we are good. Let's try to clamp this thing together. Oh man, I know I said I wanted to remove, just keep removing more material because I can't add it in, but I might have effed up. Okay, what we're gonna do now is duct tape this piece on, and then we're gonna test fit the bumper on the car. That side matches so nicely. Okay, I'm gonna take more off. Let me show you. So you can see we still have a little bit of an overhang. We need to come in 1/16 to 1/8 of an inch. And since we have a huge gap everywhere, it's really just this top portion. I'm gonna have to nip a little bit of that off. We'll test fit again. Weld it in place. I think this is gonna be the final resting position of the edge of our bumper. We took this slice right here out and moved the whole edge over, and probably took a good 1/2 inch off the bottom to keep this from being too high up as we moved it in. This is great. This came out way better than the other side so far. The gap is really tight, which is what I wanted, except for down the bottom, which is covered up by tape, but we can fix that. Next step, I'm going to start trying to weld this in place, starting with the very top here. I want to make sure that this edge is perfectly straight all the way across, and this whole top edge, this whole section is as sturdy as it possibly can be before we move on to doing anything else. Okay, we are now as far with this side as we are with the other. We are fully welded in place. The entire seam is sealed, at least from the back side. Now all we need to do is the front side. And I don't know what to do about that little cut there. Pretend that never happened. Okay, we have all of the tape off the front side now. You can see that there's a couple little daylight spots, but that's perfectly okay. We can fill all of this in. This looks great. Very pleased. Backside, I'm equally pleased with. This came out nicely. Very strong. I like the transition on this side. Even better than the other side. I'm glad that I went farther down. But that cut stayed above the fender liner mounting holes if we were using those though. So yeah, that was nice. We have to fill both sides in with some bumper bite or whatever and trim that up. But this is great. We now have a wagon bumper converted for a sedan. I am actually going to test fit it on the car just because I want to see this. I'll show you guys. Oh yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah, the mounting plates aren't on the back, so this isn't actually mounted in place. Just an example of what it's going to look like. And what it'll look like is... Oh, perfect. Oh, guys, this wagon is going to be beautiful. I am so excited. Oh, okay. Well, bumper now needs to come off again, and we need to fill the seam, both sides. But that's really big progress. I might head it off there for tonight. It's like 1 a.m. on a Tuesday. And I got to get up for work in like 4 hours. So that's it for tonight. Thank you guys. Okay, time to finish up this side of the bumper. We are just going to carve this channel out a little bit. We're going to fill it with filler, sand it flush, coat the whole thing. We're just going to tie this all in, make it look nice. So now that we have the bumper itself converted, we have to fix the mounting points. I don't know if you can see behind me here. Slight modification. We have already completed to do the driver's side. So you can see over here, it almost looks like we didn't do anything at all. Slight cut. We just took a chunk out of this metal mounting bracket, painted it, and riveted it back onto the bumper. We had to drill out the existing rivets to remove it. There was a plastic mounting tab on the front here that held this part into place. It was not very strong, so we have remedied that with actual rivets. You can see here, I have already marked the part that we're going to need to cut for the passenger side. And then you can sand it down, paint it up. That's all you need to do. So we're going to cut that real quick. I didn't hit record. I just cut this little sliver off right here. So I'm just going to sand this edge down, clean it up, throw a little bit of paint on it so it doesn't rust, and we'll get this thing mounted on the bumper. Alrighty. I gotta be real careful with this because I put greasy fingerprints on the other side. I decided to spray it, so now we just have wet paint everywhere. Wet paint with this, wet paint everywhere. So, fantastic. We're just going to set this guy into place. All of the holes line up. Very nice. Hopefully this thing doesn't crash to the floor. We'll grab our rivet gun. Rivet installation tool here. Little Harbor Freight installation tool. We are going to be doing 2 flavors of rivet size. 3 rivets in the side here, and then 1 big one, and we'll put a washer in that one too, I think. 2. All right, we're gonna try something here. A little bit. I'd like to get this tiny little washer on the bottom. That'd be super nice. I don't know about that one. No, not that lucky. Oh, and it went under the rotor. Shoot. I can't believe that happened. Let's try this again. It almost worked. Not even close. Oh, definitely just got lucky that first time. Well, I got it stuck there. And I just ripped all these rivets out. God damn it. Where'd the washer go? Full riding struggle bus right now. Why is this not fitting? There we go. My fat head is in the way. There we go. That is very permanently affixed. Nice. And now with that, the whole bumper is done. The mounting tab for the driver's side is done. Fingerprint fixing on the driver's side is done. Passenger side been done and looking perfect. Alrighty. Time to get this thing back mounted on the car. It is the next day. The paint is dry enough, I think, that I can touch it, at least with my hands. We're also going to reinstall the taillights in the rear here as well. Kind of see how everything looks and all tied together. Make sure everything fits correctly now that we have our brackets trimmed. Although those positions and where they mount on the car shouldn't have changed. We just trimmed a little bit. We have the converted rear bumper mounted on the car. Not too bad, I would say. No more lip. Certainly good enough for what we're doing. Angle. I don't have much. No more huge overhang. I know that there's a little bit of a gap here. That's what I can do. Not too bad though. It'll all look better when everything's single color. Let's blast the taillights in. See this thing all as one unit. Oh, how sweet is that? Oh, you can't tell at all how sweet it is because you can't see. Oh, how sweet is that? Let me show you what I see. What I'm looking at here. I'm just looking down the side of this thing right now. I kind of got butterflies in my stomach a little bit. Like it's really coming together. It's pretty crazy. We have paint. That's coming soon. Oh, this thing's gonna be gorgeous. We still have a little time after installing the bumper, so we might as well take a look at the side skirts. I've had these things stacked against the wall here since I've got the car, basically. I really haven't taken a look at these before to actually inspect them and to see the condition that they're in. And I have to say, phenomenal condition. The tabs are all in great shape. There's a couple clips missing. I would expect that though. I probably have spares somewhere, hopefully. Other than that, no big scratches even. There's no tears, cracks. These are looking really good. They need a cleanup, for sure.